The Marino Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Marino Show. I'm your host, David Marino. Today, I am talking to Tony Hack Covington. He is the host of Hack's Horror Show. He's actually a pro wrestler. He's appeared in numerous horror films as Hack. He has appeared at cons all over the country, and he's in the Knoxville Public Access Hall of Fame. And there's more, and we'll get into it. But Tony, thank you for being here. Or Hack, thank you for being here today.
Oh, man, thank you for having me and reading off my resume there, my list of accolades. I appreciate that. Like, I forget some of the things I've done and do.
It's very impressive, the different avenues that you go down in your creative world. I want to start with, because I'm a huge horror movie guy. You can see the stuff behind me. Hack's Horror Show. Tell me about your show, where it airs, and kind of what the inspiration behind starting the show was.
Well, where it airs, I started on VHS, and sorry to all the listeners out there. Hack has a very, very Southern accent. I can't hide it.
Look, we're based in Texas. I'm in Austin, Texas. So you're in perfect company here, so don't worry about that.
I love Austin, man. That's a nice place. It's when you get to West Texas, and it's like, oh no, where am I? Like, I want to go back this way. Where's San Antonio? I went too far left. But no, I started like at my house as a kid, and I'm using a VHS camcorder, and I'm selling tapes out of the trunk of my car and giving them away. And this is late 90s, early 2000s, and I'm doing the professional wrestling at the same time. But I didn't know really what I was doing. I didn't know anything about video editing and stuff like that. So we have Knoxville Community Media as public access here. It was CTV Knox. And I just kind of walked in the front door and was like, hey, who do I talk to? How do I do this TV thing? And luckily, Justin, one of the directors there, was like, I'll show you how, and started training me and teaching me all these different things. And it snowballed from there. We started right there on public access. And then word of mouth got out. The ratings were really high. And word of mouth got out. One friend hit me up and was like, hey, Hack, I seen the show. I liked it. And I told somebody about it. The next thing you know, I'm hearing from Brandon Bishop at Sci TV. And then Sci TV picked me up and started carrying me there. Different public access across the country started doing it. YouTube completely banned me because one of my inspirations was Mr. Rogers. Was Mr. Rogers for sure. But Mr. Rogers would hate my show completely. He would not enjoy it. I just looked at it. I was like, okay, everybody's doing this. And I was like, I'm going to reach a different demographic. I was like, I want to be the Mr. Rogers for grownups. So when you see the way I host my show, I'm completely hosting it like I'm talking to the audience like I'm talking to children, like it's a children's show. But the shenanigans and the stuff I do on there is definitely make sure you're 18 years old or the kids are in bed. When grandma falls asleep with the television on and she wakes up and my show's playing at 3 a.m, the TV station gets a lot of phone calls. Telecommunications, man, I'm always messing with it. But it started all kinds of different public access across the country started picking it up.
I went down in the river to pray.
And then it went on to the Monster Channel, and now I'm on the Monster Channel with different other hosts. And I'm also doing a few videos for Cheap AF videos. I'm about to start doing stuff there, which I cannot wait to do. But it was on Cheap AF videos. I'm going to be doing stuff with them and working with them, and it's growing. I'm also on Vimeo, the Monster Channel. If you have a Roku television, you can add the app with just my show, just like you would Netflix. The Fire Channel is going to be coming up soon. Whenever they figure out what's going on over there, I don't know what's up. But I'm on everywhere doing so much stuff. I'm on YouTube. I'm banned from YouTube, but people bootleg my show and they put it on YouTube, so you can find me on YouTube. It just I'm not sure where. Ball Boy has a good selection of stuff. If you find Ball Boy on YouTube, you can see a lot of Hacksaw Show.
So you actually talk about films, but sometimes they're underground films or films that nobody's even seen, right? And then you have various shows. Kind of give me a little synopsis of what people will see if they tune into your show.
Oh man, if they tune into Hacksaw Show, you will see me cussing up a storm, and there's no telling what I can do. And the movies can be anywhere from an old school classic to an underground indie. The new season's about to come up, and we have John Russo, who wrote Night of the Living Dead and so many others. Well, he decided to remake one of his films, Midnight. So John Russo's new Midnight film, it will be on there. And thanks to John Russo for letting me be in his new zombie movie coming out with him. Got to do another hack cameo on another John Russo film, so that was exciting. But you can see, like I said, like a John Russo film. I just hosted something special for the Monster Channel with Flesh Eating Zombies Part 5. So I'll be hosting that. And these are underground cult classics and remakes that I'll host. And then you can see stuff from like Strange Films and so many other independent movie makers out there and people having fun. And me, I don't censor any of the movies. I don't edit anything out. I show it as is. I don't interrupt it. But it's what I do before and after what everybody watches. Like I will do stuff. I will tell you how to make your own zombie, which is a horrible way of don't ever do this at home, kids. I'll show you how to perform a lobotomy or rob a grave or give you the ingredients to make meth. There's all kinds of stuff. Actually, the public access station I started on, I was banned from for a little bit because let's just say I had a lovely lady there, my wife, and she was in the middle of doing something while I was talking, and I aired. And then I mixed up. I was doing a movie review, didn't have the movie, and it might have been a pornography movie that popped up, so I just started reviewing it instead. There's no telling what I will do. The commercials and stuff that I do, it's all for good laughs and fun. I'm probably the most controversial horror host ever with the things that I do, because the scariest thing in the world is not the monsters we watch on TV. It's the bad people around us, and that's what terrifies me. It's not a ghost. Hack is not afraid of like a ghost or anything like that. It's if somebody, a burglar, that would scare me, or a sketchy guy in an alley, which normally I'm the sketchy guy in an alley, but something like that would scare me. So you would see you'll see comedy, and it's all adult based. So parental advisory, and you will see those at the beginning several times. And if you stay up late, I mean like really late, you can see it on TV, or if you have the Roku thing, check it out on there. And there's no telling what you'll see on my show. Grave robbing. It's real simple. You sneak out late at night, get you a shovel, dig you up one of these. Now you don't want to sit there and go through it. Dig it up, throw it in the back of the station wagon, and head on home. Now when you get home, it's like finding buried treasure. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Let's crack this one open and see what we got. Hope it's something great. The new season is pretty cool. There's a lot of animatronics, giant things, actors, pro wrestlers, a lot of crazy stuff on there, and a lot of stuff from Strange Film is going to be airing on this new season.
That's great. And I love that you do your own thing. I like having people on my show that really go down their own road, do their own thing, and set themselves apart. You know, Horror films, as I mentioned, are my favorite. Have they always been something for you that was something you grew up watching? Have you always loved them? What is your attraction to that world, and how you kind of got into that?
Uh, Getting into horror, and yes, it started off very, very young, very young. Pretty much raised by my grandmother, living in terrible neighborhoods and everything else. I could watch a monster movie, and the monster was supposed to be the scary thing, and everything's running from it, and just the absurdity of a lot of the scary films that I watched, how wild and bizarre it was how more I was intrigued. Anything that was like kind of macabre or dark, or if it had a warning or a band logo on it, like the Faces at Death or something like that, or if you go to the bargain bin at Walmart and it's like, does this say Prison Fights Part 5? Like, I gotta find the other four. Like, I need all these. Like, that stuff always attracted me. And it was, and like I said before, like how my show goes, it wasn't the monsters that scared me. It was like what I seen every day when I was outside. It was that real life scared me, not monsters. So I had an instant obsession with it, and I was hooked on it right away.
So you also are a pro wrestler.
Yes.
Now you also have a wrestling show. Can you talk a little about that?
I do. Every Wednesday night at 7. It's a live show. You can call in, ask questions. It airs on KCM, Knoxville Community Media.org. You see it there. But yeah, that's the thing. Hack exists in so many different universes. It's crazy because you will see Hack own a board game. You will see Hack as an action figure.
Police suck.
Not anymore. With the Hack Horror Show minifigure from Phoenix Comics and Toys. Get yours now with exclusive trading cards. Bah!
Oh.
Get your Hack Horror Show minifigure today!
Hack is in a video game. And I'm like, that's cool. And then I do the movie cameos, and you see Hack in the movies, and then you see Hack on the television show, or doing like a podcast thing. But then it's like, okay, I see Hack hosting these live events. You can come to the movies, and I'm hosting the movies there and everything, which is a lot of fun. And then it's all of a sudden now you can always see Hack in a wrestling ring. And now it's like I blend all those universes together, and it's like, well, this guy's talking crazy and swinging a chainsaw. And then you see it in real life and realize it's an actual chainsaw. And I'm like, when I said I'd fight everybody, I'm in it. And then I'm like bleeding and going crazy there. Like, it's a lot of fun. It blows my mind sometimes when I see a video game and I'm like, oh, there's my face. That's neat. And then like the next day, they're like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, well, I got to go talk out of college. I'm like, I didn't even go to college, so I don't know what I'm going to say. Like, have fun. Like, I just kicked open the door of a TV station, said I wanted to do this, and it's been going ever since, selling t-shirts up front. See you later. Like, I don't, that stuff is surreal. Or several other things, like you see the mayor doing a ribbon cutting ceremony, and then you get a phone call and it's like, hey, can you come down here and do a ribbon cutting ceremony with the mayor? And I'm like, what? Why are you calling me? You already have the mayor there. Like, you got it. Like, why do I need to stand next to it? Not to mention our mayor is WWE wrestler Kane. So he's like 7 foot tall, and I'm like 5'8", standing beside him. I'm like, I should be the ribbon or the scissors or something.
How did you get into the wrestling world? Because it is about creating a character. It's entertainment. How did you end up in that world?
Oh man, that was a very, very hard thing to get into. Well, it started the same time. I was 5, and when I started watching, and the same time I started watching professional wrestling, did that. But back in the day, kids, there was a thing called a scrambler box. television came over the airwaves. You can buy this special box, and you could watch all the pay-per-views and everything you wanted. And we got HBO. So I would watch wrestling, and then I stayed up late and I seen Tales from the Crypt, and that's how it all started. But with professional wrestling, it was always my love, my dream. I got a scholarship to art school, and I went to art school for like half a semester. And I was like, I understand I can paint anything, and I understand I can draw anything, but it feels like a chore. And everybody's like, that's a waste of talent. I'm like, it's not a waste. I just have no passion for it. And their job placement was at like 90%, but they were like, move to California, work for Pixar or Disney or something like that. And I was like, I don't want to do any of those. I was like, I want to fight people and host monster movies. I don't know why that was not the right decision. Maybe, I don't know. Financially, maybe it wasn't the best, but getting into pro wrestling was really hard. I was young. I lied about my age. I went down there. These old guys are like got this big metal ring setting it up, and I only seen it on TV. And now, like, getting in there and getting slammed, getting beat up, it's all very physical. It is a contact sport. But like you said, your acting level, if you're not 100% honest, like when you come out, like you don't believe 100% who you are, not one person in that crowd will believe either. I believe pro wrestling is the highest form of theater we have. And I like it. I would prefer my violence to be make believe than real. Like, we're not throwing like Christians to the lions anymore. So professional wrestling, I never seen it as a bad thing, and I got into it, and it was always hack. It was always hack ever since I was a kid. I didn't even come up with the name. A friend did, and then I was just like, okay, it's hack. So going out there and getting beat up every night, and beat up every night, beat up every night, and then eventually I won. And then the crowd interacting, and it's my crowd interacting that really like got it going. And then I got involved in, people call it deathmatch wrestling, with barbed wire and boards and everything, and just wild craziness. But getting into it is very, very hard. It's physically demanding on your body. I don't do that more because I'm getting old and I can't take it. Like like getting punched in the face every other day is kind of hard. Or the traveling now. I'm still going on these tours and still traveling, just not as much. With wrestling, next thing you know, I'm somewhere in like West Virginia, like in a Waffle House trying to clean blood off my face, and the lady thinks I've been in a car wreck. But the horse show and professional wrestling started simultaneously at the same time, and they both grew separate. And then as they grew separate, I noticed I had people that would watch the horror show and know me from that. And then I knew people that watched me from wrestling, knew me from that. So I started to blend it together. And when that started happening is when I did the other ventures. I was like, how can I make hack exist in all these different universes?
And you were mentioning Strange Film Studios earlier, which is how I came to know who you are, because you were in a film called He Comes to Kill by filmmaker August Aguilar. That was a really cool horror movie. How did you end up in He Comes to Kill?
Trust me.
Oh, wow. It was August, of course, who's an amazing guy. One of the best people in movies right now is August. And he had his friend at the time, David Brandon, who is now doing his own studio thing, get ready to make movies. But they talked to me, and August was like, gonna have hack in the movie. And he wrote dialogue for me, which was great, and I liked it. But then August was like, you just do your own thing, get me from A to B, and I'll film it. And it came out hilarious. He's like, just be hack, give them hack. So He Comes to Kill was so much fun. And doing that with Kofi Jones was the Uber driver that pulled the gun out on me, was a blast, just getting the ad lib and just banter back and forth. And some of the stuff you see in there, like when I grabbed the car handle and the door's locked, that's because it had an automatic door lock. It just stayed in. Or when you see me hitchhiking, I'm actually trying to hitchhike to see if a car would pick me up. No, meeting August there, I met him at a convention, talked to him, and then reached out to him more. And then getting I hosted a film fest at FranklinCon, and we had Joe Bob Briggs there and everything else, and all these filmmakers from all over the Southeast came out and we're watching all of this. And then August put in one of his films, and it won, and it was an amazing film. And his short film won that, and got to hang out with him at the convention. And it took off from there. And when he talked about He Comes to Kill and had me in it, next thing you know, there we are. We're on the side of the road. And the way August films, man, he's like shoot and go. But he works to get the right shot. Hey, keep the car running. I'm gonna go in there and get something to drink, maybe a little snack or something.
Well, since you're going in there, can you get me something too?
Can I get you something? Can I get you something? Do you know who the fuck I am? I am Hack, host of a mega TV show. Yeah, sure, you want me to get you a snack? Do you want me to drive the fucking car, do your laundry for you too? Anything else I can get for you? No, I'm gonna get me a snack, and I can't wait to come back in here and eat it in your fucking ear.
You've had me running around all damn day with your attitude since you got in the car.
2 fucking hours late.
You can get me a drink if you're going in there.
I am the biggest star around here.
Now, you're just some little 2-bit TV host Hack.
2-bit TV host?
Yeah.
I'm on every public access cable station in this country.
I'm not gonna take this, you know.
I'm gonna go get
I
some
really don't have to take this shit.
Whoa.
Now,
Hey.
how about you just get out the car? When you get your snack,
hey,
you
hey.
just get out the car. Nope. Nothing else.
Easy.
No.
Easy. Hey, it's man, I kid, I joke around. August was laughing so much he couldn't hold the camera still, and it kept messing it up, so we went through it. But He Comes to Kill was such a great experience, man, and I can't say nothing but great things about him, David, all the people in that whole little thing there, and even like David Brandon, like him through there. I can't say nothing but great things about that guy as well. Kofi. Oh man, everybody's got to go watch He Comes to Kill, which will also be on the new season. Sorry, earlier you talked about the character, and Hack is the volume turned up, so I have a thick Southern accent. Half the time my top lip just like works, and then it don't. And I always talk in a panic and real frantic and fast, so it's like I'm rapping.
You've also done other films, right? Can you talk about some of the other films you've been in?
Oh, yes. Stuff with Big and Funky Productions. They have The Hike and WJHC AM, which are on Tubi right now. Tubi and Plex, you can see them now, released from Burning Bow Publishing. I'm in My Uncle John is a Zombie Part 2, John Saves Christmas from John Russo coming out. I am Hack in that film as well. I'm dragging a zombie to a wrestling ring. Excuse me. And then one of the main ones I had a blast with, one of my best friends in the whole world is Jake Perry. And Jake Perry is the owner, the one-man army, the main dude over at Slash and Chill Productions. And I was a huge fan of Jake Perry and Slash and Chill Productions. Like Limited Horizon is one of the funniest films I ever seen. He made Tapeworm 2. There's no Tapeworm 1. He made the short film Tapeworm 2 about these alien worm things that burrow into your butt, take over your brain, and now you're like a puppet who can't defend yourself. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And then I was talking to him. I was like, can I please host some of your movies? He became one of my absolute best friends that I love. But Tapeworm Z, I couldn't wait. He asked me to do a Hack cameo for it. But they get me, and I get to do this cameo. And Jake, being such a fan of the show and knowing me so well, he wrote out the script for Tapeworm Z. And man, I was like, dude, I couldn't have wrote this better. Like you wrote a better Hack than Hack would write a better Hack. So I was very, very proud of that.
Well, what is something that you haven't tackled yet that you would like to do? Or is there anything that you haven't done yet that you'd like to do?
And the one thing I haven't done that I want is I got nominated for a Rondo Award, which that was cool. But the one thing I want is to be inducted into the Horror Host Hall of Fame. I was in Cincinnati not too long ago, maybe last year in September, and I got to induct someone, and I received like the Horror Host of the Year thing. And that was one of the goals, man. The goals was like to be accepted by peers, like the fans and people accept me. Like they'll wear a T-shirt that says cuss words, cussing me. They jumped the rails and like mob beat me up, and then like picked me up, body surfed me, and threw me out of buildings into the street, throwing stuff at my cars. We've cried, we fight, and everything else, but that's one of the things I want to do. I want to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, not because I think it will get me more fame. It's just that feeling like finally being accepted by your peers. That would really mean a lot to me. And some do, but I always worried with my style, would I be like pushed to the back burner? And I was for years. Like I said, I started in the early 2000s, and just the past 7 years is when it's blown up.
What would you say to someone, especially a younger person, who wants to do different things with their life or their career, whether it's pro wrestling, hosting a horror show, or anything like that? What advice would you have for them?
I would say to any young person that wants to get into something, if it is your dream, you always hear, just go for it, just go for it. But how do you approach it? And I say, get on Facebook, reach out to people. Send them a message, be polite, be nice, whatever it is you want to do. If it's more than one thing, people say, oh, if you got 5 projects, drop 4 and focus on one. And I say, no, don't do that. Try to balance that out. Word of mouth goes far. So always go out. Always try to meet people, go to conventions. If you go up, don't be afraid. Tell somebody. Like I'll walk up and be like, you do this, here's my card, and it just says Hacks Horror Show on. I'm like, here's my card, reach out if you ever need anything. I will talk to people, man. Just talk, go out, always be friendly, always be respectful, always be nice, because remember, the toes you step on are connected on the butts you got to kiss on your way back down. Don't forget the people that helped you ever. Always stay humble. To any young people watching, we have the technology out there. Whatever you want to do, go for it. If you can't get into school because you think the school will do it, take workshops, take free courses, send in your resume, push for it. No, never give up. You can't fail if you don't stop trying.
Oh, all the TV networks try to ban me. People riot and they protest. Well, just so you know, Hack's not going anywhere. The Horror Host Hall of Fame will be mine. All of it will, because just so you know, no matter what, we're all watching Hack's Horror Show.